Dave DesRochers. I played in the NFL with the Seattle Seahawks. I played in the World League of American Football with the Montreal Machine, and it was about 4-year stint.
What visualization, affirmation, goal-setting rituals, and strategies have you used to become one of the top 0.1 percenters?
Well, everybody automatically assumes that if you make it to the NFL, you had to be the best of the best when you were young. Makes sense, right? If you're the top 1%, you were pretty good when you were young. Well, I'm proof that that's not the case. I actually wasn't very good in football. Wasn't even going to play football. And we had a new football coach show up on campus in high school. He goes, "Hey, big guy, you going to play football for me?" I said, "Nope." Right? He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Look at you." I said, "Well, I'm decent in basketball. Not as good as you, but I'm decent in basketball. And I had a small scholarship offer." He goes, "Come play football for me. I'll get you a better scholarship offer." I went out there, and after about 3 days, he pulled me aside and said, "Son, you're not very good." He said, "But you could be. But you've got to be willing to work on some things that you might not want to do." And he handed me a jump rope to get lighter on my feet. He was right. I didn't want to do that. But I wanted to be a football player. So I took it home. I learned how to jump rope. And I got so good it impressed him. I earned a position on the team. We had 5 guys go to Division I. 2 of us made it to the NFL. So he didn't need me on that team. But what it taught me was if I'm willing to do the little things no one else wants to do, and I do them better than expected, more than expected, and quicker than expected, that I can achieve greatness.
That's a good one. What is the $1 million lesson you've learned as a pro athlete that you plan to implement that helps you get to beast mode outside of sports?
Well, I've always been successful, whether get to the highest level in sport, but then I was also very successful in business. I, for 20 years, was a financial advisor. I also have my side card in case you have another side gig. And I had no acting experience at all, but I was in movies and commercials. I became licensed as 724-6332 and owned my own firm for a while. And the one thing that it just always seemed to resonate with me is I like being on stage. I like to be recognized as the best in my field. And so I'll do anything it takes to get there. My manager used to say, "Hey, Dave, what's your business plan this year?" And so my business plan is to be on stage with you, and you're going to hand me a big fake check, because that means I'm doing pretty good. I made a lot of money. You made a lot of money. How's that business plan? So, that's just what I do. I love to overachieve. I love to, set myself apart by, doing whatever it takes.
Awesome. What is the most costly financial mistake you've made to be able to show other pro athletes potentially on how to avoid those mistakes?
Trusting others without doing your own due diligence. And that it's always the toughest when you come up, with a friend or somebody you've known for a long time, that what they're telling you sounds great. And, I've learned to take every opportunity as a business. And I always tell them, "Hey, don't be offended, but I'm going to actually read this and might have some questions, and we might have some uncomfortable conversations. But I'd rather have an uncomfortable conversation than lose a friend or lose my money."
If somebody wants to be the 0.1 percenter in their field, how can they outcompete everybody around them, be more disciplined, run circles around others, and be the best version of themselves?
Well, kind of the philosophy that I take, and even when you ask me to do this, or I get invited to do things, is I enter everything in with a purpose and not an agenda. Whenever we walk in with an agenda, it's about us. And what am I going to get out of doing this? I have no agenda by being here today. I just thought, hey, well, first of all, you're cool. And I know that everything you do is purposeful. And so by being of purpose and creating relationships, I'm building my network, and it increases every day. And I may not do business with the person across from me, but people hate to be sold. And I'm a good salesman, so I got to be at the top in my business. If I look at you and I see a dollar sign over your head, I've already lost. But if I build a relationship with you, we're going to do stuff, and I'm going to do stuff with everybody that you know. And it goes back, it's mutual. So I just try to create value and try to create my network and bring value to others.
Thanks for being here.
Of course, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
You guys want to give them a round of applause? So I'd love to throw one thing out there. If you guys know a pro athlete that would love to speak, would love to be on a panel, give more added value, this will be part of the athlete Office Club video series that we put on the website, and we want to build this so that we can impact more people's lives, give more people advice and ideas on how they can become the best in business and best within their personal life. If you guys have time, meet these guys. They're amazing. But we'd love to get referrals. If you guys ever know anybody that would be really good, whether in New York, Florida, or any of the other states that we're doing stuff in. So thank you guys very much. Have an amazing day. Appreciate you guys.
Sweet.